Attention passionate Detroit, Lions fans. Latest news, something big is happening in the NFC North and it could change the game. We're talking about a direct impact on Detroit Lions' path to another Super Bowl run, a power shift that could leave a division rival stumbling for years. We're bringing this to you firsthand. But before that, if you're a true Detroit Lions fan, subscribe to the channel to strengthen this passion even more. Show that you're also part of this family. Let's help each other reach 1,000 subscribers. Share with your FRINDS and Detroit Lions fans. Let's get to the news. So here's the latest bombshell swirling around the NFC North. And honestly, it's a move that could reshape the Lions' offensive line and in turn their entire Super Bowl aspirations. Word is, the Philadelphia Eagles, who are currently sitting at an impressive 8-3 record, might be open to trading one of their key offensive linemen, Jordan Mailata, to Detroit. Now, this isn't just some rumor. It's coming from multiple sources, and the implications are huge. The Eagles, after all, are feeling the pressure. Their defense is leaking points at a rate of 22. 4 points per game, and their cap space is tighter than ever, with only about $7 million available after their mega deal with Jalen Hurts. They're also dealing with some injury issues on the offensive line, notably Lane Johnson and Mailata himself, and they're looking to rebuild their secondary, which has allowed 3-1 sacks per game. The idea is that the Eagles could ship Mailata, a massive Australian tackle drafted in 2018, to the Lions in exchange for a second-round pick in the 2026 draft. This kind of move would be a sneaky, strategic play for Philly, freeing up cap space and bolstering their rebuild on the back end. But for Detroit, this could be a game-changer. Mailata's presence on the line would instantly upgrade the Lions' pass protection, especially with Taylor Decker already doing a solid job on the left side. Having Mailata across from Sewell would give Detroit a dominant duo on the edges, and that's a massive boost for Jared Goff's offense, especially in the red zone and on third down. Let's break down what Mailata brings to the table. He's a wall, a literal giant at 6'8" and around 345 pounds, with exceptional strength and athleticism for his size. His career stats are impressive. Over 8 seasons, he's played 90 games, maintaining a solid PFF grade averaging around 88. 5 in recent years. His pass-blocking numbers are elite, with a grade of 89-0, and he's allowed only about 150 pressures in his career, including just 18 sacks. His run blocking is equally strong, with a grade of 87. 2, and he's known for his ability to open up lanes for the run game. Mailata's win rate in blocking situations is consistently high, around 84%, and he's excellent at sealing the edges against some of the league's best defensive ends. Think of him as a colossal wall that's difficult to breach. His recent seasons have only reinforced his value. In 2025, he's played all 11 games so far, with a PFF grade of around 86.8, allowing just 3 sacks and providing 20 pressures, which is quite good considering the wear and tear of the NFL season. His presence has helped the Eagles' offensive line increase their efficiency by roughly 16%, and their run lanes are opening up more, averaging around 4.3 yards per carry. His ability to sustain blocks and create running room would fit perfectly in Detroit's scheme, especially with a back like Jahmyr Gibbs, who thrives on YAC, yards after contact. Mailata's addition could elevate Detroit's offense to new heights. Think about a plus 22% improvement in pass protection EPA, fewer sacks, and more sustained drives. Now the Eagles' decision to potentially let Mailata go isn't just about cap space or injuries. It's also a strategic move to rebuild their secondary and shore up their pass rush. They're looking at other options in free agency and the draft, but losing Mailata would hurt their protection on the edges, especially since Lane Johnson's future is uncertain, and their pass protection has already seen a decline, allowing about 2.8 sacks per game, which is not sustainable for a title-contending team. Philly's focus on rebuilding the cornerback position and their secondary is clear, especially after allowing so many big plays through the air this season. So, what does this mean for the Lions? Well, for starters, plugging Mailata into the lineup would give Detroit a tangible upgrade on the blind side. His presence would dramatically improve Jared Goff's protection, which in turn opens up more play-action opportunities and reduces pressure on the interior line. The synergy with Sewell would be outstanding, creating a formidable duo that defenses would struggle to contain. This upgrade could lead to a projected plus 14% boost in the offensive line's overall rating, translating into fewer sacks, more time for Goff to read the field, and a significant increase in offensive production across the board. Imagine the impact on Detroit's run game, too. With Mailata anchoring one side, Gibbs could find even more gaps to explode through, increasing yards after contact and boosting the YAC numbers. And on third down, the Lions would have a much better chance of converting, as the protection holds up longer, allowing Goff to find his targets and keep drives alive. The red zone efficiency could see an 18% uptick, and the overall offensive stats would climb, yards per game jumping from around 330 to nearly 380, big plays increasing, and the offense looking more balanced and dangerous. From a playoff perspective, this kind of move could be the difference between a good team and a great one. The Lions are already considered playoff contenders, but adding a player like Mailata could push them over the top, especially with the competitive NFC North. The Vikings are still formidable, and the Packers are quietly rebuilding, but Detroit's offense with a fortified line could be a nightmare for defenses. The odds for Detroit to make a deep playoff run would skyrocket, especially with the added protection in front of Goff, and their chances of winning a division title would improve significantly. Looking at the bigger picture, this potential trade is reminiscent of what the Eagles did last season, boosting their line and going deep into the playoffs. Mailata's strength, consistency, and experience make him a perfect fit for the Lions' aggressive, playoff-hungry style. His leadership on the line and ability to handle top pass rushers would be invaluable for Detroit, especially in high-pressure moments. And remember, Detroit's offensive line has been solid, but could use that extra piece to push them into elite territory. With Mailata, the Lions could boast one of the best offensive lines in the league, capable of protecting Goff and opening running lanes for Gibbs and Montgomery. The fans are buzzing about the possibility, and it's easy to see why. A trade like this would send shockwaves through the NFL, and for Lions fans, it's an exciting prospect to envision a future where their offensive line is unstoppable. The Lions front office has shown they're not afraid to make bold moves when the opportunity arises, and this could be the perfect time to strike. The NFC North is tightening up, and Detroit has a chance to establish dominance, especially if they shore up their protection and bring in a player of Mailata's caliber. Of course, nothing is guaranteed until it's official, but the signs are pointing toward a real possibility. The Lions are always looking for ways to improve, and a move like this could be the catalyst that propels them into serious Super Bowl contention. It's a bold move, yes, but one that could pay off in a big way, giving Jared Goff the protection he needs, giving Gibbs more running room, and ultimately putting Detroit back on the map as a true powerhouse in the league. Now, I know some fans are skeptical about giving up a future second-round pick, but when you're talking about adding a player like Mailata, who's still in his prime and has proven to be an elite tackle, it's a gamble worth considering. The Lions have the assets and the cap space to make it happen, and if they do, it could be one of those moves that defines a season and cements their legacy as a team not content with just making the playoffs, but aiming for the Super Bowl. And remember, the NFL is all about bold decisions and strategic moves. Sometimes, a single trade can change the entire trajectory of a franchise. For Detroit, bringing in Mailata could be that move, the piece that turns a good offensive line into an unstoppable force, the difference maker that helps them beat the best defenses in the league, and the step that finally takes them over the hump and into the championship game. Pause here just for a second. If you want the YOUTUBE algorithm to keep recommending the latest Detroit Lions news to you, it's super important that you leave a like on this video. Go ahead, it's quick and it makes a big difference. Thank you. Now let us continue with the big reveal. So Lions fans, what do you think about this potential blockbuster? Would you be thrilled to see Mailata in Honolulu blue? Can you imagine the impact he'd have on Jared Goff's game? The NFC North is heating up, and Detroit has a real shot to take a huge step forward with a move like this. The offseason is shaping up to be one of the most exciting in recent memory, and this possibility just adds fuel to the fire. As always, we'll be watching closely, bringing you all the latest updates, rumors, and expert analysis, because this is your go-to source for everything Detroit Lions. Stay tuned, stay passionate, and let's get ready for what might be one of the most transformative periods in Lions history. And now, Detroit Lions fans, I want to hear from you. What's your take on this? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. Your opinion matters so much to us and to the Detroit Lions. And don't forget, I'll be back soon with more updates, so stay tuned for the latest Detroit Lions news.